DeAndre Hopkins is a Tennessee Titan. Man, I'm ecstatic. I'm pumped. I'm thrilled. I'm sure you guys are too. I've been waiting all day to do a video on this, and I wanted to wait until some of the information came out, like the contract, cap, stuff like that. And it did come out. And I'm like, all right, now I want to put a video together. I want to put the right one together. I don't want to come out and put a 2-minute video out and say, DeAndre Hopkins signed, this is great, blah, 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 and see ya. No, I want good content out there. So please continue to like, share, subscribe. My goal is to get to 500 subscribers. Please make that happen. Please comment. I love when you guys comment back. I comment on everything, and we'll get into this. DeAndre Hopkins, Tennessee Titans. Man, I can't stop saying it. I can't stop smiling. Man, when it came across my phone, I was so pumped. I was so happy. I screamed yes, right? It's just, yeah. So, guys, this changes the offense. This changes our entire season, in my opinion. This changes everything. And this also changes next season. And I'll get into that later. But this signing makes us a playoff contender. This makes us a division title, in my opinion, winner. And do I dare say this? This makes us a Super Bowl contender. I've been saying for a while, we have a top 10 defense with potential to jump into top 5 category, top 5 elite defense. And man, this is awesome. Defense's best friend is, sitting on the field, getting rested up. If our offense is out there more, it means good things for us. I'm excited. So I'm going to get into the contract on this video. I'm going to get into the cap. Because cap's a big deal. I'm going to get into the incentives. And then I'm going to break this whole thing down, what it means for our offense, and what it means for some of our other weapons as well, and how that's going to affect everybody else, and shuffle some things up, and we'll dive into it. So let's get into the contract first. Now, it's a 2-year contract for $26 million with a chance for it to be $32 million with $6 million in incentives to get it up to 32. The $6 million is split into 2 seasons, $3 million per season. And I will pull up the incentives here for you guys right now. Now, for $250,000 for 65 catches, $500,000 for 75 catches, $750,000 for 85 catches, and a cool $1 million for 95 catches. Now he gets $250,000 for 750 yards, $500,000 for 850 yards, $750,000 for 950 yards, $1 million for 1,050 yards. We'll get into touchdowns here. $250,000 for 4 touchdowns, $500,000 for 6 touchdowns, $750,000 for 8, and then $1 million for 10 touchdowns. I could see him hitting a few of those. I would love it if he got all of them. Can you imagine if he hit 95 catches, 1,050 yards, and 10 touchdowns? Man, that'd be a steal that we got him for. Now, this contract has a $10 million signing bonus with $15 million guaranteed at signing. His cap this year is $4 million. His cap next year is $14 million. And there's 3 years of void years from 2025 to 2027. And each of those years has a $2 million void in it. Now, the NFLPA said the Titans have about $8.9 million in cap. Now, if this contract's correct, what I just read off that we've seen, which I think it's going to end up being correct. Now, that's going to leave us with $4.9 million. We still have to sign some rookie contracts. We still have to sign Will Levis. Will Levis will be fully guaranteed. And the reason I'm getting into that is because, 4.9, we're going to have to sign some rookies still have to sign Will Levis. How are we gonna do some more wiggle room? I would love for us to extend Henry or extend Byard. I would especially love for us to extend Henry because he's my favorite Titan of all time. Guys, helmet behind me. Big fan of the guy. So I would love for us to extend Derrick Henry for at least another season. Give Henry and Hopkins 2 seasons to roll together, and Byard could be extended as well. Now, the thing I think ends up happening is I think we end up restructuring Harold Landry, and that will free up $10.4 million. So that brings us up to $15.3 million, and then we still need to sign Will Levis and the other rookies as well. That might bring us down to like 12-ish, 13, somewhere in that range. Now, the reason why I think we will end up doing something with the cap or re-signing somebody or restructuring somebody like Landry is because MPF is probably going to miss 6 games unless he wins his appeal, which I don't think he will. But NFL is making an example of anybody that gambles. Can't blame them for it. But he's going to miss 6 games. we have a hole at right tackle. Now, maybe Jalen Duncan can step up or somebody else, but most likely we might dip into free agency and sign an offensive lineman. And there's some out there. We need money to do that with. And that's why that's a big deal. I can't see us going into the season with $2, $3, $4 million in caps. Can't see it. I don't see it happening. So I'm curious how this all shakes out cap-wise. Really interested to see what happens this week and maybe the next week with Tennessee Titans. I think there's more news to come. Where are we getting the money from? Where are we going to get extra cap from? Are we going to re-sign somebody? Are we going to restructure like Landry? Like I said, pay attention to that because something's going to happen. Also, guys, I forgot to say this earlier. If Michael Lombardi says something, listen to the guy. He said Kevin Byard was asked to take a pay cut, and I first listened to it, and I'm like, nah, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, former GM, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He was right. He said DeAndre Hopkins is going to Tennessee Titans. As soon as he said that, the odds shifted, right? The 800-point swing from, the 800-point swing. Man, hey, he called that too. If Michael Lombardi says anything, especially with Tennessee Titans now, I am listening. Michael. Now, we'll cross that bridge when we get there later on. I know I spent a little bit of time on that, but the cap does matter. It means something else is coming, and when it does, we'll cross that if and when we get there. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Tennessee Titans now and what it means for the Tennessee Titans in the future. Now, let me pull up the depth chart, and if you guys don't know who I use by now with the depth chart, it is ourlads.com, and that is OURLADS.com. Guys, they already, this is how much I love this site. They updated this depth chart today, July 16th at 2:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love it. They're on top of it, guys. And not only that, they put DeAndre Hopkins in all caps. I just love that he's in all caps. Now, he has no number next to him. I'm pretty sure he's going to take Kareem Jackson's number there. There's a chance that guy doesn't even make the team or he's on a practice squad. DeAndre Hopkins is going to get his number 10 back. So we're going to have, look at this, guys. This depth chart just looks so much better with Hopkins in it, doesn't it? DeAndre Hopkins, Treylon Burks, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, we'll call him NWI, Racey McMath, Chris Moore, Kyle Phillips, Colton Dow, Reggie Robertson, and Mason Kinsey. How I think this depth chart is going to shake out with wide receiver. I think it's going to be Hopkins, Burks, and Phillips as a slot. I think Chris Moore is going to end up being wide receiver 4, and I'm hoping McMath or Dow beat out Westbrook, NWI, and I've been saying this for a while now. NWI does not need to be anything more than a wide receiver 5 on this team, preferably practice squad or cut, where I would like to see NWI go to. I am not an NWI fan, never will be. I don't believe he should be anything more than a wide receiver 5. I've been saying it for a while. If he's a 3 or better on this team, we are screwed. Now we are not. Now we have a Hopkins and a Burks, and then we're going to put Phillips in there as a slot. He's not going to be our wide receiver 3. If he's out in that field a lot this offseason or this season, I'm not going to like it. I'm hoping Tim Kelly doesn't make the mistake that Todd Downey made by putting that guy out there. Now let's look at tight end. We got Chigozie Okonkwo and then Trevin Wesco and then Josh Weil. I'm hoping Weil beats out Wesco there, but Weil's going to be a rookie, so maybe he takes a year or two to develop a little better. He's a big-bodied guy, athletic guy. But Chig's going to be a baller this year. Chig's going to show out, and I think he's going to have a lot more open opportunity now and get open even more. I mean, a guy like Hopkins coming in, he's going to take 2 defenders. He's going to have a corner and a safety sitting over top. It's going to free up a guy like Chig. It's going to free up a guy like Burks. Burks doesn't have to have that burden of a wide receiver 1 this year. He had to last year. It wasn't Woods. Nobody gave a crap about what Robert Woods was doing. And then let's talk about the running backs, guys. We got the GOAT, Hall of Fame running back Derrick Henry back there, and Tyjae Spears. Tyjae Spears is lightning in a bottle, action waiting to happen. And then Derrick Henry is just he'll bulldoze you, he'll run for 99 yards, and you're scared of this guy. I wouldn't want to tackle him. This guy's a freight train that can go as fast as a freight train. That's just scary. That this guy's just an anomaly. He's not slowing down. He had a shitty offensive line last year. And for people saying he's going to be 30, he's not going to turn 30 until later this season, okay? Towards the end of the season. So get that out of here. They want to say, oh, age 30 season. He's going to turn 30 after he's played like over 3/4 of the season. Stop that. They're just looking for a narrative. And they want the guy to fail, I think, because he's on the Titans, small market team. And that's the other thing. I'll get a tangent real quick. Nobody wanted DeAndre Hopkins to come to the Tennessee Titans. They're saying Andre Johnson, Julio Jones, Eric Decker, Randy Moss, blah, blah, blah. Those guys were washed. They were towards the end of their career. This guy's not. He's not injury prone. He only missed 6 games last year due to PEDs. I shouldn't say only, but 6 games due to PEDs. It wasn't because of an injury. And he has not had any really big major injuries. So stop it with that guy. He even said, I'll retire when I'm not a 1,000-yard wide receiver. Why do you think he took an incentive contract deal for $1 million if he hit 1,050 yards? He thinks he's going to hit that. He thinks he has a chance to hit all of those. And I love that about him. This whole offense changes. The whole offense. Just looking at it now, having him in there, man, it opens up the whole offense for us. Now, what I like and what I think Hopkins signing here says about this team is what has me also just as excited, because he could have picked New England, and everyone says Bill Belichick, one of the greatest coaches ever, which obviously what's he done since Brady's left. He could have went somewhere like there. He could have waited for the Chiefs to sign Chris Jones, and maybe he went and ring chased with the Chiefs, and there's possibilities that the guy could have had, but he chose Tennessee Titans. Now I'll get into what that tells me. He said he wanted stable management. He wants a quarterback who loves the game, and he wanted a great defense. Now, I've said numerous times that this defense is top 5 with the potential to be this defense is top 10 with the potential to be top 5. This could be one of the best defenses in the NFL. This defense can be very elite, and he knows that. He sees that. I mean, look what this defense did against Cincinnati. If we would have had Hopkins out there instead of Julio Jones, we win that game probably. And then we also don't have Downing out there. We would have had now if we had the team we had now, right? I think we win that game. I really do. Obviously no AJ Brown, but just the play calling in general is such a huge thing. I can't even get over how much that is. Todd Downing is not being here is such a big deal. But now, like I said, he has the defense that he says he wanted. He said stable management. Now, there's a few things when it comes to management, what I think of. Obviously, stable management, new GM, but the GM's been given the reins. And now you have Mike Vrabel, who has just missed the playoffs for the first time since 2018. So if you want to say stable management, you have a stable head coach, and then a GM that's new, but so head coach is stable. I think Vrabel has a lot more power now than he did before. Now with Rand, I think they're working more hand in hand, and they're on the same page, because I don't think J-Rob was. But then you also have the big dog upstairs, and that's Amy Adams Strunk, and she is a phenomenal owner. Really seems like she cares about the players. And just go off on a tangent real quick here. If you guys read an article a while ago about how J-Rob got fired after the AJ Brown game. I think that she found out from AJ Brown what really happened, and John Robinson was given X amount of money to go to AJ Brown with by Amy Adams. She goes, you can offer him up to this, and it was a good amount of money too. He lowballed the crap out of him. I don't think she knew that. J-Rob should not have been doing that. You can't do that with those type of players. I love that she had that thought process though. It's like, yeah, give him the money. I like this guy. He's doing good by the team. That's stable management. He was not stable. J-Rob wasn't. I think Rand will be, and then Amy Adams, and then Rand and Mike Vrabel, they'll be on the same page. And I think that creates stable management. Now, and I had to get that off my chest, because when somebody sees a new GM, they might get away from that and say it's not stable, but I do think it is. And I think he sees that. So he sees a stable management. He sees a great defense with elite potential. Remember what this defense did against the Bengals last year. Remember what it did against the Chiefs. Shut down the Super Bowl winning Chiefs. And if we had any resemblance of an offense last year, we would have won that freaking game. Now he said he wants a quarterback who loves the game. Now I've knocked Tannehill numerous times, but we cannot deny the guy is ultra competitive, loves the game of football. He was hurt, still trying to go out there. You gotta crate him or carry him off the field just to get him off, because the guy, he loves the game of football. You cannot deny that about Ryan Tannehill. He has done a lot better by us. He has carried us from the depths of hell as a franchise. And, I've been saying for a while, we need to upgrade it. And hopefully that's Will Levis, or maybe even Malik Willis. But, and that's where I'm going to get into right here with Will Levis from Malik Willis. I don't think Tannehill's going to be our quarterback next year unless he absolutely balls out and they sign him for another 1 year or 2 year extension. I don't think he's going to be the quarterback next year. So Hopkins has to look at that as well and say, okay, well, they have Malik Willis or they have Will Levis. Most likely Will Levis will be the starter. So he sees that as well. Now, Will Levis reminds me a little bit of Tannehill, except he's more athletic with a bigger arm and he's younger. So, Hopkins, 2-year deal, he's got to imagine Tannehill's only be here for one of those years. Now, that excites me because Will Levis comes in year 2 with Treylon Burks, DeAndre Hopkins, Chig, Josh Weil, Tyjae Spears, a better offensive line, $90 million in cap, draft picks, chance to rebuild the line, get another wide receiver or two. The defense is still going to be good. Maybe some of the guys develop more, like a Caleb Farley or Roger McCreary. We got the defensive line locked up. Draft another linebacker off season maybe. Safeties are locked up for a couple years, at least next year with Byard and Hooker. This team is there. It needs a little bit of retooling. That's what they've been doing, right? Retooling. And that's also what this signing tells me, that we're not rebuilding, we are retooling. You don't go out and sign DeAndre Hopkins if you're rebuilding. Just don't do that. It doesn't make any sense. That's what I think this signing means for the Tennessee Titans. I think it shows me so much. Not just that, we got him and that's it. No, it's what the signing means. What it means for him to want to come here, what it means for the team going forward, why we should be excited about this. And just the weapons, guys. This whole thing changes the outlook now and in the future. And like I said, with around $90 million in cap room next year, things are looking up for the Tennessee Titans. And I'm very optimistic about this team going forward. And in Rand, we trust, guys. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. Let me know what you guys think down below. Give me a stat line. What do you think DeAndre Hopkins' stats are? I'm going to say 85 catches, 1,100 yards, and 7 touchdowns. That's what I think he's going to produce here. I think this offense is definitely going to be changing. And I think that's one of the reasons he wanted to come here. He knows what he can do in this offense. He's been in it before with Tim Kelly. One of his better years he's ever had, too. And it was Deshaun Watson's best year in his career. I'm excited, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. And DeAndre Hopkins is a Tennessee Titan. I love it. Tighten up, guys.